Please rise, everyone.
Travis to the rescue. That's right, safe.
You may be seated. Family and friends, we have come here today at the invitation of Shane and Colleen to share in the joy of their wedding. The outward celebration we shall see and hear is an expression of the inner love and devotion they have in their hearts. God is the author of love. God loved us and created us to love others in return. Our lives find completion only as we love and are loved in return. Together we can become what we could never be separately. Marriage is of God. Shane and Colleen today desire to be united in this sacred relationship. Who is giving this woman to be married to this man?
I am. No. I forgot that too.
At this time, I'd like to invite Melanie Johnson, a friend of the couple, to come and share with us a beautiful poem.
Union by Robert Fulton. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes. Is this better?
You're doing great.
A lot.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all of those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will, all of those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all of those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, lament it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you shall say a few words that will take you across the threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Thank you, Melanie. That was beautiful. Well, Shane and Colleen, the day has finally arrived. And it's just my privilege just to share with you a couple of words before we continue with our ceremony. I wanted to look at a fitting passage in the Bible that uses just a beautiful description of what love truly is. Jesus shares with us the greatest way that we can show love to each other in John 15. I don't know, Colleen, how Shane is at buying gifts for his wife, but I learned the hard way what my wife appreciates and what she doesn't. How the best way to show love to my wife is not through home appliances. At one point, I bought my wife a vacuum cleaner for Christmas, and it was not received with tears of joy. I've learned that through gift cards and jewelry, I get a lot better response. But when we look in John 15, we see how Jesus encourages us to show love to each other. In verse 9, Jesus says, "As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love. I kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be complete. My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." And so Jesus tells us how to express love in the greatest of ways. God desires, as everyone gathered here today, that your life would be full of joy, both today but also in the years that follow. God desires that your life would be so full of joy that it would be complete, that no more joy could be added to your life. You will experience true happiness in your married life together. And we experience that joy through living our lives by the guidance that he gives us in his word. And so Jesus encourages us to remain, firstly, in God's love. The first principle is to build your marriage on God's love. The Bible tells us that God is love, that his love is perfect. It's not conditioned on who we are or what we do. It's life-changing, it forgives, it's eternal, it's without limit. We first begin this relationship by inviting him into our lives to forgive us, but it continues to grow like any relationship that time is invested in. We learn that we can remain in his love and experience true happiness and joy by continuing to follow the guidance found in his word. Jesus encourages us in another passage to build our lives upon him, and he will be a strong foundation. To build our lives on him and his word, and we will not be shaken by any of life's challenges. Remain in God's love, and you will experience true joy that is complete. Secondly, Jesus encourages us to remain in each other's love. Colleen and Shane, as you continue to write your love story, Jesus tells us how to show love to our friends. And I don't believe by considering marriage the highest and strongest form of friendship lessens what we're celebrating today. Best friends laugh together, they cry together, they finish each other's sentences, they enjoy spending time together, they understand each other's thoughts, and they share each other's lives. An often used quote regarding marriage is, "Happiness is marrying my best friend." I believe that's what is taking place today. Even following you on Facebook this morning. I apologize if I call you Shane. What is Jesus' encouragement to us? What is the greatest way to show love to your spouse and friend? By laying your life down for them. In other words, giving your life for your friend. And this is how Jesus showed his love for us, by giving his life for our freedom on the cross. We will likely never have to give our lives for each other physically, but we can give our lives to each other in many other ways. We just heard a beautiful poem about how marriage is about being selfless. And the greatest way to show love to each other is by putting each other first. We can show this great form of love by making sacrifices, by listening, by giving, by comforting, by encouraging. And I encourage you to continue to show this greatest kind of love to your best friend for the rest of your lives. We have been planning this ceremony for a number of months, and there has been some discussion about nervousness and getting up in front of people. And Shane, Jeff, and I are here to hold you up. Your knees are a little bit weak. And I know there was some fear about, standing in the right place and saying our vows. So I gave this advice to Colleen. When you enter this room and the processional begins, you will walk down the aisle. So just concentrate on the aisle. And when you get halfway down the aisle, you're going to come almost to the altar, the front of the stage here. So concentrate on the altar. And then when you see Shane, look at Shane. Not worry about everyone else that's around, and just concentrate on him. That was good advice, right? But I'm sure I saw some confused faces as people heard you come down the front saying, "I'll alter him." I'll alter him. I'll alter him. How's that, Henry? Is that a good joke?
That was good.
Okay, all right. But marriage isn't about altering anyone. It's not about limiting each other. It's about giving ourselves completely to each other. And as we lay our life down for each other, we'll fall more and more and more in love with each other. Our marriage is healthiest when we no longer put ourselves first, but consider what's best for both of us. Marriage does not require you to put in 50%, Colleen, and Shane, you put in 50%, and we be in the middle. Marriage is about each one of us putting in 100% of ourselves, 100% of the time, for 100% of our lives, as you give your lives for each other. As you continue to dedicate yourselves in remaining in God's love and remaining in each other's love, continuing to be the best of friends, and laying your life down for each other, you will experience true joy that will be complete. And that is my prayer for you today. Would you guys just take each other's hands and look into each other's eyes? It's a little cozy up here. Jane, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and respect her in sickness and in health, and renouncing all others, be faithful to her, so long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will. I will. Colleen, will you have this man to be your husband, to live together in the holy covenant of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and respect him in sickness and in health, and renouncing all others, be faithful to him, so long as you both shall live? If so, answer, I will. Family and friends, as Shane and Colleen have asked for your support and encouragement today, they will continue to look for that help as they continue their lives together. So I pose a question to you, which you may answer, we will. Family and friends, will all of you witnessing these promises do all in your power to uphold Colleen and Shane in their marriage? If so, answer, we will. Well said. Although these rings are small in size, they're very significant in meaning. They're made of precious metal that remind us that love is the most precious thing that we can possess. These rings are made in a circle, reminding us that love goes on and is never ending. Lastly, whether you're together or apart, they're a reminder of the promises that you will be making to each other today. Shane, will you take this ring and put it on the third finger of Colleen's left hand and repeat after me? I, Shane, take you, Colleen, to be my wedded wife.
I, Shane, take you, Colleen, to be my wedded wife.
To have and to hold.
To have and to hold.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poorer.
In sickness or in health.
In sickness or in health.
I promise to be with you.
I promise to be with you.
In all that is to come.
In all that is to come.
To love and to respect.
To love and to respect.
To care and to console.
To care and to console.
I promise to be faithful to you.
I promise to be faithful to you.
And honest with you.
And honest with you.
I will share my thoughts.
I will share my thoughts.
And my life with you.
And my life with you.
I pledge myself.
I pledge myself.
And all I have.
And all I have.
And all I am to you.
And all I am to you.
In love.
In love.
You're done. Colleen, will you take this ring and put it on the third finger of Shane's left hand and repeat after me? I, Colleen, take you, Shane,
I, Colleen, take you, Shane,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
For better, for worse,
For better, for worse.
for richer, for poorer,
For richer, for poorer.
in sickness or in health.
In sickness or in health.
I promise to be with you
I promise to be with you.
in all that is to come,
And all that is to come.
to love and to respect,
To love and to respect.
to care and to console.
To care and to console.
I promise to be faithful to you
I promise to be faithful to you.
and honest with you.
And honest with you.
I will share my thoughts
I will share my thoughts.
and my life with you.
And my life with you.
I pledge myself
I pledge myself.
and all I have
And all I have.
and all I am.
And all I am to you.
Heavenly Father, we're just so thankful for this beautiful occasion that brings us here this afternoon. We thank you for Shane and Colleen and their love for each other, which is evident to everyone that's ever talked to them or met with them or knows them, that they are in love with each other. And so, Lord, we celebrate this, their commitment to each other for the rest of their lives. Lord, we pray that they would continue to grow in their love. Love doesn't stop when we are married, but it continues to grow and grow and grow. May they continue to fall deeper and deeper in love with each other. We just pray your richest blessings upon them and their beautiful family, Taylor and Leah. We pray that you would provide for them, that you protect them, that you guide them and direct them, that you would continue to walk in step with them as they leave this place and continue their married life together. We're so thankful to support them. And Lord, we pray that we would